I've been seeing a lot of comments like this, just ridiculous stuff where they're saying practicing at speeds where you get 100% accuracy aren't actually optimal. I saw one that said as long as you're getting 90% of the notes, that's actually optimal for learning how to play it. And it's like, what are you talking about? No. There's music that you play right now, and there's a speed at which you can play it absolutely perfectly, and you can think about every little thing. Find that speed, and then work from there. Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Whoa. Alright, we got a lot of stuff to get into today, so let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? It's been a long week of streaming my practice. That's been going really nicely. I feel like my practice is really getting locked in. Just the accountability and wanting to actually show what good practice looks like, I have just really locked in with a lot of things. As per Brandon's suggestion, I started a practice journal. He recommended that I do that. So right now I keep like 5 items on it or so. It starts with new stuff, 997, which I already finished reading through it, so the new thing I'll probably move on to now is the fugue. I'm cleaning up Lobe de Trenin. I'm working on getting the first page of the Prelude of 997 up to snuff. It's actually been coming along pretty well, but there's still some problem areas that I need to look at. I'm going back into Beatle AV 1001. I'm starting with the second half, and I'm working on it differently than I am everything else. I'm not really using a metronome so much. I'm just playing very slow, and I'm trying to hear how all the voices move through one another and hear all the little repeating passages that, are in fugues. I'm gonna try giving it just 20-ish minutes of attention each practice session, and then same thing with Soar Opus 9. So, that's all the old stuff. I'm just kind of working that up. I've been sort of slacking on those. It's been fun going into new music. You're gonna hear a little bit of that today. Probably Beatle v 997 from the last stream that I did. By the way, if you want to check out those previous streams, they're just me practicing and then talking to the chat, so I don't know how interesting they would be. But you can check them out if you become a channel member, because only channel members have access to the old streams. Now, of course, you can still tune in if you're not a channel member as it's happened. But, if you want to watch it after the fact, that's what you gotta do. It's enticing, right? Watching some old practice streams. Whoa, take my money, right? But yeah, that pretty much covers it with that stuff. How's your practice coming along? Post in the comments, let me see how you're doing. Anywho, let's go ahead and answer some comment questions, as we usually do. Man, I just released that Yngwie Malmsteen video. That one's doing great. It's been out for 7.5 hours, and it already has 12,000 views. Wow, that's a good video. Crossing 10,000 in one day is really, really good. This is a good question. This is actually on the Kirk Hammett video, where he shreds in a Guitar Center. And I guess I made some snide comments about him, and Pins said, I mean, I know he's an easy target, but can you play the riffs for Battery and Disposable Heroes flawlessly? No, I can't. But something that I did notice in Kirk Hammett was whenever he was doing the, I assume 30-second notes, da-da-da-da, like those things, they would often not come out. And probably what I would suggest to him, if you wanted to play them flawlessly, or anyone else who wanted to, is to ask yourself, can you play this at a very slow speed, actually flawlessly? I've been seeing a lot of comments like this, just ridiculous stuff where they're saying practicing at speeds where you get 100% accuracy aren't actually optimal. I saw one that said as long as you're getting 90% of the notes, that's actually optimal for learning how to play it. And it's like, what are you talking about? No. There's music that you play right now, and there's a speed at which you can play it absolutely perfectly, and you can think about every little thing. Find that speed, and then work from there. So if Kirk Hammett came to me for a guitar lesson, email in the description, by the way, and he asked, I'm struggling with accuracy on this riff, how can I improve this? I would ask him, can you actually play that riff at a speed? Any speed, it doesn't matter. It can be super slow. Let's just see that first, and then we'll work from there. I feel like this happens to a lot of us, and this has definitely happened to me, where we just let a lot of time go by where we never actually play our music super slow to a click. And if you don't do that, you will forget how to do that. And why is that bad? Why do you care if you can't play your music slow to a click? Well, that's how you can actually improve the music. That's where if you find less than optimal fingerings, you're not changing them at full speed. You have to go back down to the super slow tempo, and that is where you can change stuff. If you're not muting a bass note properly, if you notice places that are always sloppy, that's how you can actually go in and check under the hood and see what's happening. And if you forget how to do that, however that piece is in that moment, that is pretty much how it's going to be. It'll never improve. In fact, it might even get worse over time because you're just relying on muscle memory at that point, and that stuff degrades, Every time you perform it, it's not a flawless performance. You're introducing new muscle memory, and it's muscle memory that you're not controlling because it's at full speed, so it's being introduced at random. Music degrades over time. I fully believe that. I've made this analogy before, but playing your music at full speed is like racing a race car. Practicing slowly is like it's stopping, getting the tires fixed, all that. The car has to stop. You can't do that while it's driving full speed. So that's what I have to say about that. Thank you for that question. Okay, so this one's attacking my character. This is from the Yngwie video. This is from Reborn Through Hate. Welcome, friend of the channel. You gotta be a major doofus. Dude, watch it. Don't drop doofus in my comment section. To criticize Yngwie's playing, whether it's your personal taste or not, truly ridiculous. What have you done? You're an okay player looking through some vids. Different style, and I'll leave it at that. Fair. Hey, thought I was okay. That ain't too bad. Okay is okay. You have a knack for going after other guitar players to make a name for yourself. That just spells a personality disorder. That's a really good point, and that's actually why I started doing the practice streams too, because I found that what I have going on here on YouTube, it's two things really, and one of them has become the thing that I'm known for. I'm a student studying guitar, getting better. I never claim that I play at a professional level or anything like that, but I am a student. I play at a quite high level, and I believe that I will play at a professional level, like in a somewhat short amount of time. Wait until the end of my master's degree. I'll be playing at like a master's level, I hope. I don't really have a guitar career though. That's not what I'm known for. If I only did guitar stuff, I would not have very many subscribers. What I'm really known for on YouTube is being a guitar comedian, and I think it's important to distinguish between those two things. And by the way, I agree with you. I do have a knack for doing that. It's because I'm very passionate about that side of the YouTube channel. And yeah, like the comedy stuff is a little more accessible, so I think that's like an obvious way to gain followers, and it's something that I want to do and that I'm passionate about, so I think why not do it? What's really interesting is I get a lot of comments like that where they're like, you realize you're just a clown, right? And it's like, yeah, like I want to be funny. That's like part of what I do here, of course. You can find countless YouTube channels of just guitar performer guys who are way better than me, and they're just making guitar performance videos, and that's what they are. They're guitar professionals, and that's what they do. That's not me. Like, I'm documenting my journey as a guitarist, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. But I'm also really passionate about the comedic stuff too, and it's the comedic stuff that has gotten me where I am, and that's fine. That fulfills like childhood fantasies and all that, and I will continue documenting the music side of everything that I do, and I plan on getting really, really good at classical guitar. That's why I've been streaming every day for 3 hours, like pushing through new music constantly and being really thoughtful about my practice routine. And on top of that, seeking private lessons, seeking higher education, just going for a master's degree. There is zero reason why I should be going for a master's degree, because I don't think I want to be a professor of guitar or anything. I could just study on my own and just hire teachers like forever and ever. But I want to be thrown into the academic side of it. I want to be Cameron Fernandez, of guitar, and that's not going to help with this career choice that I'm doing here. That's not going to help with anything, because I've already had full teaching studios. I've already done all right being a guitar YouTube comedian, and as I keep doing it, it's going to keep growing, so I don't need a master's degree for that. That's just the other side of my life that I love. I love pursuing music education. It gets me excited. I can't help it. I love it. So again, I think it's important to distinguish the two parts of me. Because I agree, if he found a just guitar performer and he was acting as I do, it would be a little out of place. It would be a little like, what exactly is your goal here? Are you just slandering people to make yourself look better? Like, for what? Ultimately, when I talk about people on this channel, if I'm taking anyone down, I'm pretty much always taking myself down with them and burying myself even lower, because that's the role of being a clown. You humiliate yourself for everyone else's enjoyment. It's just two separate sides of me, and I'm lucky enough to be able to combine those two things. Because if I wasn't doing this, I would probably be doing open mics, trying to do like comedy shows or something. I have plans to maybe do some open mics once I move to the college town that I'm going to next, just to do it, because like I've always wanted to do it. I've gotten kind of used to just sort of talking and observing and just trying to make jokes. Of course, I can't edit in real life, but you know, you gotta try to get good. And that's another reminder to you. If there's anything that you want, any dream, anything like that, just do it. Just go out and do it. What are you doing? You're lucky enough to be alive, and you're just gonna sit and not do what you want to do? What are you, crazy? It seems like the comment section is pretty overrun by the Yngwie video, so we're gonna end it here for now. Now, what I'm gonna show you, some highlights of the last stream, and also me playing a bit. Probably, I don't think I played a whole lot, but I'll just show you some clips of that. So, I'll see you on the other side. Sorry you had to listen to me sight read through all that. That must have been annoying. Hopefully the game is fun to watch. Learning the piece is no excuse for having poor rhythm. Ditch the metronome, then if he is going to ignore it. He has a real issue locking in the beat, always has. Always has. Hey, what's Mr. Perfect over here? He's got nothing wrong with him. So, here's what's wrong with me with the metronome right now. For 45 minutes straight, I agree, I am unable to maintain absolute perfect focus the whole time, straight through, without fail. Whoa, right? But I'm trying. Maybe when I'm like 65, I'll be like locked in for 45 minutes straight. Right now I'm training it, you know? So forgive me. Are you practicing some Holdsworth today? You know it. That's item 6 on my practice list. We'll see if I make it there. Yeah, and I also want to say, I encourage everyone to, like, if you see something wrong with my practice, I want you to point it out. And point it out in, like, the nastiest way possible. It's easy for me to deal with stuff if you do it like that. I do think about it. I mean, you're right. I am off the click a lot. That's, like, an issue. Alright. Check this out. Nope, can't do that fast yet. Threw away a lot of stuff in there, so I'm not going to attempt that again because I don't want to f my muscle memory. I think all the issues are pretty much the same. I could just work those parts out of the first page again, and that's all the main stuff. Hey, whoa, really improving, huh? Not too shabby. And you know, once again, I'm gonna be on vacation, so I'm gonna skip a couple of days of practice. I don't think I'm gonna bring a guitar with me. I've been practicing a lot, though. It's been a lot of practice, so I feel really good about it. I have my practice journal. I have exactly what I'm gonna be working on in the next session, so there's gonna be no guesswork or anything. I've been finding that pretty helpful, so maybe if you've never done that, try that. Yeah, alright. Well, I think this might have been a short one, but hopefully there's something in there for you. So we can go ahead and wrap it up here. Of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Yeah, want some guitar lessons? As usual, I'm fully booked. I know, I'm sorry. Things are really crazy right now, but feel free to reach out if you want to introduce yourself. Of course, Rootin's Delight, head on down over there. There's a member section, there's Patreon, and yeah, just like, thanks for watching. It's been fun just chugging along, making videos. It seems like there's a lot of views have been coming in. That's really cool. That's really good. And of course, more reaction videos coming soon. I have a bunch of ideas for those. Those are just going to be being pumped out. I'm excited to start grad school pretty soon. That's going to be coming up. That journey will be really interesting. I think that will probably be covered in the live stream quite a bit. I'm sure I'll also make edited videos about it, but you know, who knows? I'll maybe even do some live streams from practice rooms in the university that I'm in, just because why not? And of course, feel free to tune into that too whenever you see it. Those are special. Those are fun. All right, well, I'll see you in the next one.